Hey fam, Swati Tukon Crap Nick here. First and foremost, thank you for joining me live. I'm just going to do the due diligence to check the Discord server to see who is new, if there's anybody new over the last week, before we do a subscriber giveaway here in a little bit. So if you're watching now and you're not a subscriber, quickly join our Discord server, link down in the description, so you can qualify for the giveaway. And then comment that you just became a member so I can make sure to add you. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that looks right. Let's see here. I'm just looking through the list of members here, as I just sent the member a message, and 20, which they are here on the list, so that's good. Actually, just let me grab my phone real quick. I want to be accurate, and the phone gives me a better list. How's everyone doing tonight? Or morning, depending on where you are in the world. Good. Okay, let's get rid of that. Yeah, couldn't remember if that person was on there as of last week, and no, they are new, so we're going to add Compote Lover, which compote, a good fruit compote, berry fruit compote, is mighty good. Okay, good. I think I got Hyperplay last time. Let me double check here. Yep, Hyperplay's there. Definitely have Marzoni. Welcome, guys. Appreciate you being here. Especially you, Apportionated. Appreciate you being here. And Ethan, as always, I'm glad you're here, buddy. All right. Just going through the list of members. Make sure we have as up-to-date as possible. Haven't heard from a couple, so I'll give them until next week to reach out. Hopefully my emails aren't being blocked. Okay, good. 6th gen is there. Good. Stand and Venti Libre is. All right, so our newest one, I am adding 2 this week. That's good. Compote Lover and Venti Libre. But again, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the Discord server, just let me know, and I'm going to give us a few minutes to do that. All right, so one of the things Ethan knows that I like to do is I like to ask, what is everyone having to drink? And I'm excited because my wife, P. Joe, bought me a new pop that I've never heard of. So thought tonight would be the perfect time to wait and try it with all y'all. So today we have a Schweppes product, which Schweppes in the North is probably most well known for their ginger ale, but we have Shine Muscat or Grape Peach. So grape and peach mixed together. And of course, as always, 0 sugar. Regular Coke for Ethan. What about you, Apportionated? Are you having anything to drink, bud? I'll go ahead and open up my drink here. Give my first honest opinion of this new pop that my wife bought me before she went to her hometown. And if you're curious, she went to her hometown because it's Chinese New Year. She's part Chinese, so they do the respectful thing and still celebrate the Chinese holidays like Chinese New Year. Okay. It's interesting. The grape is the first thing that hits your tongue with it, and then you get the peach flavor. It's kind of like the peach gummy candy kind of flavor for the peach, but so it tastes quite sweet. All in all, grape and peach are both sweet fruits, and even the artificial peach is quite sweet. And yeah, pretty refreshing, fresh out of the fridge. Hey, Brainbeat made it on time too. Wow, look at that, Apportionated and Brainbeat. Two guys that are usually late to the party are on time today. All right. So I've already added the two newest names. And if you guys are curious, yes, this is the device of the week, but its upcoming rival is watching. So let me put that back here. Hold on 1 second. There we go. All right, so let's scoot back just a little bit. Make it a little bit, there we go, so we can at least see like most of the controller. And like I say, Brainbeat, I wish you would have told me that I could have about your flash drive, because I could have gone to them and got them to send you a new one for free, but weeks later it's kind of hard to ask for a refund. See someone else it looks like joined because it shows we have 4 people now. Welcome. Awesome. Glad you're here. Feel free to say hi, and I'm glad Brainbeat is watching the Olympics. Okay, okay. Well, you know, you could have something like this, you know, that's, I don't think there's any caffeine in it. I wish caffeine affected me. I'm one of those weird people that caffeine doesn't affect me. My wife didn't believe me, and after we got married, there was a day that, a morning that we had like an early thing to do. So we, errand run together. So we did it, and along the way I had 2 iced Americanos that were probably 300 ml each, 350 ml, something like that, and drank them. And by the time we got back home, since she drives, I was asleep in the car. And she's like, wow, I guess caffeine really doesn't have an effect on you. It's all right, Brainbeat. Just teasing you, buddy. I mean, it is what it is. You know, can't control that at this point. So this is the device of the week. But before we go over the device of the week, you know, I like to not keep you guys waiting. You're funny, buddy. All right, so let's slide that on up. All right, we've got our wheel here. So as I mentioned, whenever I was starting the stream, Compote Lover and Venti Libre are the newest members of the Discord server. Doesn't look like anyone else has joined the Discord server yet, sadly. So we'll go ahead and do the traditional shuffle, shuffle, shuffle after I make it full screen to make it nice and big. Beautiful. All right, so we are going to come up here. Shuffle. 1, 2, and 3. All right. And spin. Oh, pocket not dot not. It was almost one of the 2 newest people on the server. Pocket dot not won. All right, so congrats, Pocket dot not. So he is the winner this week. Sadly, Ethan did not win. One of my OG subscribers that has qualified for every giveaway that I have done, sadly did not qualify. And hold on 1 second here. Let me see if I can't up the resolution. There we go. That should make the picture look a little bit cleaner, assuming that it changes it live. All right, so we've got that. So I will reach out to Pocket.not, see if he wants to claim his prize, or if he wants to be like John, who decided that even though he's happy being a subscriber, he chose not to accept the gift. All right, let me go back to OBS. I almost need a 3rd screen for these live streams, but that's all right. I hope that I sound and everything looks good on everybody else's side today. All right. So you can see this is kind of one of the reasons I don't traditionally get the black devices. Not that they don't look good in person, but because well, they kind of mute on a camera, even against a background here. So one of the interesting things that I have done, since nobody's asked any questions yet either, and I don't recall seeing any game suggestions. Yeah, maybe next time. Absolutely, buddy. So I decided, what the heck, I'll try APS3. Of course, it's going to tell me low battery. I thought I had charged it, but I guess I left it in a on state. All right, so we will continue on. Anyways, APS3E has done an update. So able to get that. Now, one of the interesting things is Dead Nation. Oh, now you're going to be silly? Okay. Interesting. Okay, we'll go with Tech Mobile. It also has it. So one of the two of the interesting things with this is Tech Mobile, whereas my favorite one, RPCSX, does not recognize and will not recognize my unlock code to unlock all of the content, since it has it had like a demo that if you paid, then you could get the full game. It will only give me the demo mode, and no matter how much I try to get it to include that, it won't accept the unlock code. And on top of that, the picture, even on Snapdragon devices like the Retro Pocket 5 and many of the others that use like the 865, when I'm playing a game, if you've ever watched any of my live streams of me trying to play this game on RPCSX, it's like the top and bottom are working, but then the middle is getting all jumbly, so I have to go like to the retro look to make it work. But that's not the case with APS3E. So they've done some work in the background, and I commend them on that. Let me see if I can find a longer HDMI cable. Have enough. I should be able to find one. Which actually leads me to, I think I might have one here. From next week's contender, the Pocket Vert seemed like it was quite long. Let's see here. I hope so too, buddy. Well, like I say, I'm thinking about going to 20 and then increasing it to be a larger giveaway, but every 25,000. Right now, I believe we're at 15. So we're at 17,000 subscribers, so we're almost caught up as far as subscribers go. But there's also people that haven't replied to my messages, so obviously have to redraw them. All right, so let's try this. Just getting out the USB-C to USB-C cable that came with my Pocket Vert, because wow, it's almost my wingspan apart. So it's probably a 5-foot cable, almost like so a 1.5, 1.6 meter cable. That's pretty impressive compared to what most companies give us, where they give us a meter cable or less. All right. Luckily, this does have a cable on the top side, unlike a lot of handhelds, so we do get the extra length. So this is definitely not a perfect PS3 machine by any means, but it is doing some things that even some of the higher-end Snapdragon devices with the driver support aren't doing, so that's why I'm bringing it up. Let's go. I have been I played a game this season just to test it all out. So now, if you have any fandom for American football, this is quite a cool game because Tecmo Bowl and Super Tecmo Bowl were classics on the NES era. But yeah, if you remember, the top and bottom would look normal, but then the middle was all kind of janky, for lack of a better term. Whereas here, without any driver support, the Dimensity 8300 looks pretty darn good. And yes, of course, you can, since this came out on PS3, you can play with the analog stick or with the D-pad. Either way, even for play calling. Okay. And if you're curious, this is the unlicensed likeness of Emmitt Smith from the 90s. See, no, right? That was Troy Aikman. Now, the Moose Johnston, the fullback, would normally be there, but he's injured during the first game. So you can play it in PS3 mode, and it looks decent. But what most people like about this game, you can break it out retro, so it brings out like Super Nintendo graphics. What do you guys think? PS3 or SNES type graphics? Now, so the idea is you pick, the top is usually run plays, bottom is pass plays, and you try to match what you think they will do. And if you get it right, then they're less likely to be successful. And if you get it exactly right, usually you can have a big play. Oops. To quote Dominic, whoops, whoop. So cute that little guy is. Ah! They're going to do to me what I just did to them. Of course, one gripe I have is obviously this is a 4:3 screen. I wish it would adapt and know that this is 4:3 content and fill it up on my screen. But of course, that's just a nitpick. But if I want to go widescreen, I can. And then I can also change the angle. So you can see it kind of changes the camera angle a bit. Trying to make sure you guys can get a good view. Okay. Get them, boys! Yeah, there we go. And it is 3rd and 4. Third down with 4 to go. All right, so we're going to guesstimate this one. Ah, backwards pass. Pitch it and then the pass. Heck of a trick play. Give them that. Yeah, I can understand your desire there. That's kind of a miss on my opinion too. I wish that they would have had 2 USBs, one on each side, so you could choose how you wanted it. All right, and then let's try this one. Oops, I stepped out. Try looking up at the screen to make sure it's in as decent to focus as possible. So yeah, you just push the direction and the button at the same time to make your play call. I'll just play 1/4 because you guys get a good idea about it. Handling pretty good gameplay here. Oh, incomplete. And yes, if you're curious, it's Phoenix because back in the 90s, what is currently the Arizona Cardinals, if you know about the NFL, was called the Phoenix Cardinals. I got stuck on a guy. But if you watch even the linemen, and if you've ever played modern Madden, this game, the linemen play better than they do on Madden 26 from this last year. All right, so that's the end of the quarter. So we'll go ahead and end it here. So I've tried getting Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance to load, and it gets quite far, but then it stops, which is more than I can say on the other one. So I'll just kind of show you that. So you can see the first time you load any game on APS-3E or RPCSX, it takes anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour to do all of this cache building. But since I've already built it, you can see it's going kind of quick here. So I'm going to grab a drink while that's loading, see if we have any questions yet. You're welcome. Let me know if you want to win a portionated or if you want to have somebody else win. It's up to you, buddy. The ergonomics aren't bad. I mean, it's a flat back, mind you, of course, but I'll leave this so you can see how far it actually gets. You can start to see the shadow of Raiden usually, and then it just sticks. And I left it there and went to bed, and it was still there when I woke up. So let's see how far this gets, and then I can show you the ergo. Okay, I can hear the music. I'm sure you guys can too, yeah. You can feel the fan blowing out air. You guys can probably hear it too. But so we can hear music. But sometimes I can see Raiden's head. Right now I can't see his head on the loading screen. So, yeah. So we'll go ahead and stop that, and then I'll get to Pocket.Not, aka Portionated's request here for ergo. So you can see here we kind of have like the traditional Game Boy kind of ribbing here. And you do have nice, at least raised, it's not flat. Like some of the cheaper handhelds like to do flat. Wish these were a bit bigger, and I wish there was a bit more of a, I don't know how they would do it, but I'm sure they could figure it out. Smarter engineers out there than me, because I'm not one, but it'd be cool if they could make this an actual analog. Maybe make it where it can just go down further, because the way that your hand kind of holds it, let me see if I can. Yeah, so the way the hand kind of holds it, see, you can kind of go like that. So I mean, if you could go down further for an analog feel, you could still have access to R1 or L1. Because right now that's kind of what I do, is I kind of rock like that. So it's still very comfortable. This is my favorite vertical handheld layout. Of course, the TrimUI brick hammer is right up there, and this is actually quite good too. I've actually changed this. If you watched my unboxing from Monday, it was smooth, but it's just put your finger underneath and lift it up, and you can replace this. You can't replace this one, but you could replace this one. So I could see, I don't know if they are yet, but I could see Etsy creators creating their own translucent colors to match it. It's interesting that they chose to keep the backplate black, even on this red color. You would have thought that they would go that way, but I guess makes the big piece of plastic here, since they only offer this in one color, match regardless of what color you get. But again, I kind of like how this has a micro sandpaper-esque feel to it. So even the RG35XX Pro had these style of shoulder buttons. So yeah, like I say, as far as inline shoulder buttons, these are my favorite inline shoulder buttons. I still prefer stacked shoulder buttons every time, but these are my favorite. And Trim UI and the Ayenio, probably the next step down. And then the ones that are flat are below that. All right. So Apportionated has announced that he wants to donate his victory to Ethan. So Ethan, I guess you did win finally, because you have Pocket.Knot, aka Apportionated, looking out for you and wanting to be there for you since you've been here since day one. It's mighty nice of you. Awesome. So Ethan, you can either let us know in the chat or on the Discord server what you want to win. And of course, you need to let me know your shipping information. You can email me or send me a message on WhatsApp, because you and I do chat privately on WhatsApp because we've been friends for the last 2 or so years. Again, because of another YouTuber. So, as I mentioned, if I try to do this, you can see it still loads, and this is RPCSX. The other one was APS3E. Just to kind of show you, they aren't created equal, and you can see that they had like the colored PlayStation buttons, whereas RPCSX does not do the colored virtual buttons. This Schweppes is very, very refreshing. I have to give it to them. So we're getting Konami, Kojima, one of the two best storytellers. See, we get pretty far in this one too. Sometimes I get this far, sometimes I don't. And it's kind of off at the same place. Do I get music like I did on the other one? Nope, no music. All right. Yeah, so see, it's stuck there. Let's go back here. And just for a point of reference, to load this up, since we just did this, I want to show you here. I've done everything I did on the other one. Actually, I loaded this one first. Get rid of those screens. So that's another way that APS3 is different than RPCSX. RPCSX makes you hide the buttons, whereas with a button, whereas APS3E acts like RetroArch, where the buttons are there, and as long as you don't touch the screen, they go away. But see, you can see now down here, unlock the full game. So it's gonna be like, no, you want to do a season, you have to unlock it. And I'm pushing, it doesn't even give me the chance. So 1 point APS3E. I didn't think I'd say that because I've always preferred RPCSX. Had better success with it. But APS3 won't recognize my favorite PS3 football game, my third favorite football game of all time. Well, it's right up there with the original Super Tecmo Bowl on NES, honestly. But that's because that one has nostalgia. But this one will actually load. So I'm not going to keep going there, belaboring that point. But so nice thing is, each one has its own thing. I can't get APS3E to recognize that football game, NCAA Football 14, but it plays and unlocks the Tecmo Bowl PS3 game, whereas this doesn't. It plays it, but it doesn't unlock it, so I can only play a 1/4 at a time. So pros and cons to both. All right, so I got some switch here, so we can see, and of course the color of the frame rate, I'm sorry, is horrible. It's about 30 currently. Resident Evil 4 or Bioshock 4. So is it flawless? No, like I say, it's 25 to 30 frames per second. So you can see it starts getting a bit slower than you would like. But Leon looks pretty good, even if it is a bit slow. It's right on that edge of what is playable, what is not playable. Wish I could read Japanese because the Japanese are wrong. Create a save point. Beautiful. Now we were just at 41, just looking at those boxes. All right, so there we go. Now I should be able to walk around much more healthy. Gotta be on the lookout. Oh, that's not very nice, fellas. Help out the little doggo, you know? I just love that some of it is in English and some of it's in Japanese. Like, they're a Japanese company, you would think We don't want to go over that. Ah! Oh geez, I forgot to reload here. Hey, come here. Here, shoot him in the head one time and doesn't die. Shoot him in the shoulder, dies. Makes perfect sense. Gotta love game logic. Awesome. Appreciate it, Ethan. So, yeah, I mean, like say, not the greatest, but Secret Console here. You know, hanging around 25, 30 frames per second, sometimes jumping up to 40. So all things not too bad. Okay, yeah, sure, there's an update available. So let's see if that goes through. Yes. That's what happened previously, I'm not sure why. Okay, we got Castlevania, we got Final Fantasy VII, the Zodiac Age. I've played on other ones before. On some weaker handhelds. Okay, well, I'm trying to, but you gotta let me download. Yeah, but I mean, again, PCs are going to be much more powerful than the average handheld SoC, system on a chip. So to me, that makes perfect sense. I would be shocked if it were the other way around. If handhelds performed better than PCs that are usually form factor exponentially 2, 3, 4 times, if not more, powerful, like my laptop would kill any handheld I own. And even the Snapdragon 8 Elite B-Duck version that Yenny was sending me for the Conquer Pocket Fit. Because, you know, I mean, I have an RTX 4090 in the laptop I'm using right now, and a 16-core AMD CPU. So, again, I'd be surprised if it were even a contest. And so apparently that game doesn't want to load, but that's all right. We got one to load. We can try another one here real quick. See if this one actually passes. Okay, come on. Very strange. I don't know why it's not. Anniversary collection. So again, remember to be commenting your games you'd like to see or consoles you'd like to see. Let's turn down that for a second. Here we go. Let's try Super Castlevania 4. Actually, let me see. What does it say what it was? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do this one. Start game. Yeah. But, you know, for some people it's not an option, so it's good that there are handhelds that give them that option. But yes, original hardware is generally better. Show you some wrestling? All right. Well, let's see what I got after we check out Super Castlevania 4 real quick. All right, let's just give my character a proper name, you know. Can't apparently do any special characters, so we'll just call my character good old P-Nick. Nope, I don't like you guys. So. Ah! Apparently I gotta jump, plan my jumps better. But yes, as you would expect, for an SNES game on the secret console, works beautifully. Still looks good though. This style of Castlevania is, at least in my opinion, is a timeless look. So you can go back if you wish, if you need to. Thank you. Let me come on out here. But of course, just like Super Mario World, they want to make advantage of the fact that you can have the layers, take advantage of the layers that the NES wasn't capable of doing, as far as forward and backward. Yeah, so of course this one's right at 60 at the max frame rate, because as you'd expect. So I think that's good enough. Ethan wants some wrestling games, so let's go to ESDE. I don't know the exact one. If you check out it's a 16 core single thread. It's not 16 thread and it's not 16 core and multi-thread. But if you check out the Asus Zephyrus 16 with a RTX 4090 in it, that'll be able to tell you what the AMD chip is in it. I took off the stickers. I don't like having the stickers for the CPU and the GPU that they put on computers, so I don't remember off the top of my head. Let's see here. We want some wrestling games. Some wrestling. I don't remember which consoles have wrestling games, so let's find out. That's fighting, not necessarily wrestling. I imagine that's what Ethan was talking about, traditional professional wrestling. So let's see here. I am currently connected to my computer, so if I need to, I can add one. But let's see here. No. Can't remember if there was any on here. I think I might have taken off the ones that were on here to fit a couple more games on here. I think there was ECW on the Dreamcast. Looks nice graphics-wise. Metropolis Street Racer. Guys, don't be afraid to put in your other comments, or your other requests. I will be happy to put those in after. There's some Wii. think I have maybe an N64 or GameCube wrestling game. Let's see here. Maybe N64. Okay, I mean, I do have some Super Nintendo wrestling games. Let's do WWF Raw. World Wildlife Fund Raw, of course. Yeah, that's Zephorus with starting with a Z. I don't know if you know, if anybody knows, but Yokozuna is part of the same family as The Rock. Yeah, good old Bam Bam Bigelow. Hey Chico, Razor Ramon, Lex Luger. Doink. Oh, come on, I gotta be Doink, I think, right? All right, so you want to see something on Wii? We can go with that. So you can see there's Jerry the King Lawler, and that's probably Vince. No, I don't know what I'm doing, but... Ooh! Just a hip toss out of the ring. So cruel. My fellow Canuck is going to kill me. Granted, he doesn't know I'm a Canuck, but still. Down you go. Hard to believe that... Oh! Back then, that they had the referee already in the ring. Super Nintendo. No, no. No, Britt. Oops. Hip toss. At least I can get hip tossed out of the ring this time. Oi. Ah, he's got me in a sleeper hold. Oh! Bang, neck breaker. Let me try getting it up a little bit higher so I can have my hands a little bit higher up too. There we go. And we can keep focus. Makes it easier. Meanwhile, I lost. But for Super Nintendo, not bad graphics. LJN. Alright, so... I can't remember. Okay, so let's go back. Alright, well, we can have a fighting game, I guess. Tatsunoko. Yes, I'll wear my wrist strap, don't worry. Any other requests? Keep them coming, guys. Remember, ads come during times of low engagement. So the more you're commenting, the less ads you'll see. That's the way I have it set up currently. So I checked on this, and on a 4.7-inch screen, 4:3 aspect ratio, a 16:9 image is 4.32 inches. So all in all, not too bad size for even for that. Sure, create a file for me. So I compared it to my Heligale Action Pi, and yeah, you can see it's basically the same width. So this is 16 by 9. So, and that's, I believe, a 4.3 inch screen versus 4.32 inches. So small most people wouldn't even notice. Okay, Capcom. Let me use my handy dandy Thor microfiber pouch. Okay, so oh, Raids, I'm starting a Wii game for you. Looking pretty good too. Let's go with this guy. And let's go with the guy that looks like Captain America, kind of. Vice City, I'm not sure if I have it, but we can add it. Look, man, what, you got a dog fighting fire on me? So that we can skewer him. Oh, I lost, but looks good. Again, I wish it was kind of a, they had done a matte screen here, but there we go. I guess I won. So we have some Wii. We have some Wii games that are playing pretty well. Some secret console games that are playing fairly decently. Oh, not Ryu. And Ken, the eagle, no. I can't play my twin. I don't want to... I want to skewer one of my favorite Street Fighter characters. Let me know what you guys would prefer during the live streams. Would you like to see me fiddling around with it? Or would you like to see me set down the handheld and play with Bluetooth with a PlayStation 3 controller? After all, I do make these for you, but it's still fun to play the games, obviously. As always, it's always fun to play games, but... There we go. Okay, not perfect, but... N-Wii is pretty good. Let's call it North Wii. N-Wii. Pretty darn good. Let's see if I have set it up the right way. It's bright just rose. All right. All right, so Vice City. I have GT, but not GTA. Okay, and then back, let me just... Oh, I've God of War, but not that, okay? And God of War. I have Vice Cities, so Vice City Stories. Hopefully that will work for PSP. All right. As you wish. I didn't know if it'd be better if you could just focus on the screen rather than me fiddling around, getting into the games. Like I can see, looking up now, it's a little bit behind. Not my intention, but get into the game trying to beat it, you know? Let's turn down because they like to have copyrighted works in here. We don't want to get dinged for that. But all right, you guys win. As long as you don't mind sometimes whenever I accidentally get it out of angle and stuff like that, getting so much into the games. But yeah, so going back to the member giveaway, the subscriber giveaway, the thing I love is that we have that community where Apportionated, aka Pocket.Not, he has already won and said, you know what, Ethan has been here since day one. I want to give him the gift of a subscriber giveaway, or member giveaway gift. So I think that's awesome. Time to go ride a motorcycle. I'm just gotta remember which button it is to get on. Okay, there we go. Ah! Hit a curb. Let me get in. All right, let's see here. There's my... Thank you. I lived in Miami for a year. Yes, I've lived many places. Just counting how many cities I've lived in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cities. So people ask if I'm a digital nomad here in Thailand. I'm like, not so much a digital nomad, just almost a nomad in general. Granted, half of those were before I was an adult, and I've spent more time as an adult than not as an adult at this point in my life. I don't know about you guys, feels like it's running pretty fast here.
Man, life's been good to you. Come on, let's take a ride. Here's Jerry's stuff. Tell him my cut goes up next time. Rice City's getting too peligroso.
Seems like it's a bit fast.
Speaking of which, we've got company. Grab.
It seems like it's a bit fast, and I'm not sure why. But good to see it can run faster than it needs to. So let's see here. Should be, I think, try that. Scaling on. Probably shouldn't do that, but just easier for me, even though small. All right.
That gun and take them out. Abandon ship. Going Grim Reaper, bitch.
Okay, there we go. Give me your truck.
This is all your business.
Oh. Sorry, guys. Due to their copyrighted works, I don't want to get dinged, because I'm sure they've copyrighted all of the music on this game for themselves. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have it set to chasing RGB, so it only lights up whenever I'm touching it, and it lights up which direction I'm pointing. I think that's pretty cool RGB. So it's kind of not in your face all the time, but go. Yeah. Busted, fail. All right. All right. Guess X. We want to go X rather. So let's go back over here. Um, okay, it just seems weird being on this one here. Trying to remember where I put things, or where things are. There we go. Video, scaling, X. Yeah, X would be the way to go for this one. Let's see here. There we go, that's better. That's better. Oops. Okay. There we go, that's better. See, I haven't had a lot of PSP time yet, but obviously the colors aren't quite as good as they are in real life when the camera's trying to get them, so let's see if I can't help with that. A little bit better. Still not as good. The screen looks better than what this camera is picking it up. All right. So I think PSP is good. I got to figure that one out too. My bad. All right. Okay, and then back. Okay. so weird because I'm used to the XMB layout, but then as you guys saw during the unboxing, makes the text entirely way too small for this old guy's eyes. So you wouldn't think it would throw you off, but it does throw me off trying to operate in this way. All right, well, I appreciate Ozark Dark, but I like QD Red better. There we go. QD Red looks better. Okay, and then input. Quit controller combo. Yes, that's what we want. Start and select. There we go. Config file, please. Save my current config. And I like to set that up because, well, just looks better in my opinion. Because then I can just press them and exit out and it goes back to ESDE. All right, while we're waiting here for other game requests, we'll do Ridge Racer on PSP. Actually, let's go back. See, beautiful. Makes it super easy. Start, select. That's what I would suggest for you. Let's go PS2. Let's see here. Can't remember if I have played it on this one or not. I believe I played God of War 2. Guys, feel free to keep commenting. I'll catch up. You don't have to wait for me to... If you come to Thailand, they still offer it. If you like grapes and that candy peach flavor, I would recommend the Shine Muscat and peach flavor that I'm having tonight. Very refreshing. Are you still there? I think, okay, Nether, where are you? Done. Okay. Game directory. Been focusing on just playing some old school games, so no big deal. We can make do. Quickly get caught up. You can see you found a lot of games there. That's good. And then settings. Sure, show FPS. Why not? Okay. Four, 3, yes please. Definitely do not. I don't know if we have that, so we'll just keep going here. Yeah, we'll turn that on. So you can make it feel like it's still on old school TV if you want to. For example, we can do that one. Beautiful. There we go. Okay. Should be here, but I don't remember yet. Turn that up a bit. Some 007, all right, we can do that. God of War 2, it's always good too. See, it's easy to forget how good the graphics looked on PS2 era. Whoop! Maybe it's because I'm using a screen that's almost this resolution, but... Alright. I mean, look at those water effects. The water looks really great, too. Fire looks pretty good for this generation. I don't remember what to do at this point. It's been so long since I played God of War, and I literally ended it where I was finished playing. And I know that's just save. I don't remember. I mean, I would think that they would... Alright. Like, this has to be where I have to go, I would think, but... Doesn't make any sense. I don't remember. It's been so long since I played God of War 2, all the way through. But of course, PS2 is seamless. If we can play North Wii, I would imagine, and we can play some Secret Console and some PS3. PS2 is no problem. So we'll go and exit out of there. Alright, so Ethan wants to see some 007 and Maddie XP. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm getting some, I can play some PS3 games on it, can play some Secret Console on it, can play some Wii on it already today. So that's it, it's a sign it's pretty good. Is it perfect? No, of course not. The Mali drivers aren't the most supported, but it is pretty darn good overall. 007, okay. I think I got that on. And for a vertical handheld, it's very comfortable to hold as far as ergonomic goes, even though there's no ergonomic hump. It's just nice curvature on this part here, and nice angle, sorry about the shake there. Nice angle to the shoulder buttons, means that your hands kind of lay flat, and since it's thick enough, it's kind of acts like a big gigantic ergonomic hump, so it's relatively comfortable for a vertical handheld. I'm still a horizontal handheld player predominantly. I am not tech dweeb that loves vertical handhelds. I appreciate them, but they are not my favorite. That said, it's pretty good. So, Ethan, I have Doom 64 and Perfect Dark installed. If you're cool with one of those as an FPS, Perfect Dark is pretty close. We can go there. So I will go there and I'll just read your message to see if you say you want something else. Then I will try to transfer it over in real time. Rare 2000. Yes, that's right. I have my expansion pack installed. Thank you for noticing, Rare. It's rare that you would notice. So do you, Maddie XP? I don't believe you're part of the Discord server, so do you have any handhelds currently? Speakers are pretty decent on it too. I hate whenever they have required cutscenes, but I still love my Chase RGB. You can choose what color you want it to be. I've obviously chosen red because red is my favorite color if you've watched any of my videos. But they give you the color wheel kind of option, so you could choose from, I think, the 16.9 million color option. Okay, maybe it's not recognizing my thing for some reason. Interesting. So, looks like everything is mapped properly. Why is it not recognizing? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me why it's not. There we go. New agent. All right. Well, I will be new agent Penic. Why not? It's got to stay on brand, right? Oh, Dark Penic. Sure, we'll be Dark Penic. Pack 4. Sure. Okay. Oh. Somebody's calling. I see. Sorry. She should know I'm on my live stream. That was the wife. Oof, it's been so long since. Look at those N64 graphics. Those beautiful faces that only the N64 could give us. Oh, thank you. Could have just told me go straight until I get to the end of the hall, but thank you.
Find out as much as you can, Joanna. There's a gap in my records. Hi, Joe. Hiya.
I always hate inverted controls for looking around left or right or up or down. How do you guys feel? Are you good with inverted controls, or do you like up to be you look up and down means you look down? Like, see, with this stick, it's perfectly normal, but then if I want to look up, I have to remember to go down. And for me, it's just more intuitive. Everything up goes up, but instead of up going down. And I might be in the minority, but for me, it's always been a bit more.
Transfer security clearance.
27. Hey, that's my lucky day. My lucky number. Because my birthday's on the 27th. It's so long since I played this game. Probably on original hardware was the last time I played it. But it came on a Anbernic card, so I've never changed it. It's just so funny, like, to see like such a beautifully rendered building, but like it's all rendered empty, and mainly because of memory constraints back in the day. But so those guns without a gun are just for.
A star agent. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what to shoot at.
Oh no, of course not.
Hi.
Boy, this game is tedious to get going. I'll have to try to invert controls too. Nope, looks like we've lost everyone down to Ethan, unless the counter's wrong. Ah, this inverted control is going to kill me. going to be the death of me. Because I am just horrible at inverted controls. Okay. Ah! Defies my logic. I can just never get these inverted controls right. Which is why I've never really been into first-person shooters. Because my mind just doesn't want to work. Okay, I figured out how to shoot. That's great. I am horrible. Forgive me. But I mean, look at that. You got a moon over there and everything. Pretty impressive for the limited abilities that the hardware had. Oh, see, then it puts me on a guardrail. Okay, that's I see what's going on. Yeah, I am useless. That's it's a fair assessment. Got one. I hope if I ever get shot with machine guns, I can live this long in real life. No, I don't want to ever be shot with machine guns. But dude, now he's doing. There we go. Okay. Man, I am horrible. It's just because I don't remember. It's been 20 plus years since I played this game. But where do I go? See, that's like... I mean, I appreciate that this generation, because it didn't hold our hands. It just said, it's up to you to figure this out. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, maybe through here. Ooh, now it's dark. I don't like the dark. Like this little patch is right here is illuminated. Oh, I think maybe here. No, man, it's been so long. I am just looking bad playing here because I don't remember for the life of me. There we go. Let me go in here. See, this whole looking down business is gonna get me killed. My inverted controls are... And I died. Because I am horrible at perfect dark. without original hardware, for one, and two, I'm just not good at these alternate inverted controls. They throw me off every time. So sorry, Ethan, I am going to select my way out of that one, because I am not doing so good. Some OG Game Boy? All right. We can do that. All right, well, let's try a little Tony Hawk Game Boy. So I've had it where it colorizes Game Boy games like a Game Boy Color would have done. That's why you see color here. Let's do some half pipe mode. You know, I think it's funny that they always gave us other ones, and I guarantee you 99% of people just picked it Tony. Yeah, let's go. Hey, let's go after dark. See if I can't. Oh man, I am not as good at this game as. It's funny though. It's funny. That one's a hard one to play. Let's see what else we got here. From our hundreds of Game Boy games. Let's do Batman Forever. And this one doesn't want to be in color. See, I think I've got it cropped in just a wee bit too much. So it fills this way, but it should be trying to fill this way. All right, let's come over here. Shaders on. No parameter set. Okay, okay. There's just so much to remember all the time, and so much leaves my memory all the time. All right, let's just go with white. Even though I hate white. Yeah, let's go with that one. Boy, that guy didn't want to die so easy, did he? Yeah. I don't remember what to do with Batman. It's been so... it took me a while to recover them after they got all burned up in Tech Dweeb's fire. Some OG Game Boys can be rough. Barbie. Oh, Barbie. That's just what a guy dreams of. Cutthroat Island. Back when they didn't care what they named things. $1995. So we were already in the PS1 era, if you want to think of it that way. I don't know why you're a bad guy, but die, bad guy, die. Trying to shoot me. That's totally uncool, man. Oi. Seriously got to go back to quick menu and then Okay, and then let's come back here. There we go, that looks a little bit better. It's in Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color colorization. How the Game Boy Color would have handled it. Cutthroat Island. Charge and lunge. Die, guy I presume is a bad guy. Got a big old broadsword. Gotta love the music though. Gotta fix the aspect ratio for sure. Alright, so I mean, I think that's good. Lots of good gameplay today. Didn't get as many game requests as I had hoped, so. But I mean, like I say, we did get quite a bit good covered. We got some PS3, some Secret Console, some Northern Wii, or the Secret Console maker Wii. Number one, shall we say, the number one console. Because, you know, the other way to say that you're going number one is to, little kids would say Wii, or go Wii Wii. So yeah, the number one console. We got Secret Console number one console. We got some PSP. We got some PS3. So that tells you this 8300 Dimensity. And if you think about it, the Aeneo phone is going to be using the 9300. So this, when it came out, was not the top of the line chip. The 9300 was the top of the line chip. So again, for anybody wondering how powerful the Aeneo phone is going to be with that Dimensity 9300, I think we can safely say we can get some PS3. We can get some really good gameplay out of it. Probably some Vita. So I don't think it's going to be missing too much other than having proper analog sticks, because it'll have touch analog sticks. Which I'm trying to get used to with this little bugger. But all in all, quite a powerful device, especially the 12 gigabytes of RAM that I have. I think the 8 would probably be equally as powerful for the vast majority of people. But you can stream from your PC, and usually that takes up more RAM. So that's where having the bigger RAM option would be good for Moonlight and things like that. And of course, you can get some basic games from via Windows emulation for Steam games. Not the best. I did get a Wii game or two, or I mean, it did get some of their games going, but again, it doesn't have the best GPU, which the emulation for PC usually uses more GPU, whereas retro games use more CPU. So that's why you have kind of that divide there. But yeah, like I said, I mean, the screen looks really good. Again, it's one of my it's my favorite IPS displays. So is it as good as any OLED? No, it's not as good as any OLED. but any IPS display I have here, this is better than it. So everything looks really good on it. And I like the smaller bezels. I mean, look at these bezels compared to these bezels. This is like 1/3 the size of these bezels. And this is only a 3.5-inch screen, even though, you know, it's almost as tall. It's just bezel-y bezel. But obviously touch analog sticks are never as good. So the Anio phone will have a compromise because they're copying the PSP Go in that regard. But it'll be like, what, a 6.8-inch screen, so it'll be more than big enough and high resolution enough for everything to look really great. So yeah, the 9300 is going to be even more performant than the Dimensity 8300 here. So anyone that's worried about its performance, I'm not worried about its performance. That upcoming phone. I'm worried about its cameras because the camera openings don't look that big and they're flush. So I'm worried about it. I think my Vivo phone will have a better camera system, even though it's a foldable phone versus a candy bar, a sliding phone, but it is what it is. Yeah, and tell us, Ethan, have you had any issues with performance on your Vivo? I would wager to say probably not, because I believe you have the Vivo X100 S, was it? I think that's the one you're using. But yes, the reason I know that is because Ethan and I are friends from a YouTuber that specializes in phones that at least I used to watch. I don't know if he still watches. It's not important if he does or not, but that's how we met through the community there, and we became good friends, and obviously still are good friends. So yeah, I'm going to end it here tonight, though. Give Ethan a second to respond, hopefully. Let me know what you think. You know, stick around after I end this and let me know down in the comment section what you think. But yeah, I'm glad it's been floorless. You know, so he hasn't been able to make it have issues. So the people that are worried about the Anio phone, I think, are misguided. Like as you said, I mean, as I showed, we can get some PS3 in here. PS3 is not perfect on Snapdragon either, but we can get some PS3 going on here. So I think that's a sign of great things to come for that phone and anything else that uses the 9300 or any of the top of the line Dimensity chips. But stick around. I'm going to end the live stream now because again, people that comment afterwards won't be on the live stream. So comment on the regular chat window what you think of the device or of today's live stream. So that way, hopefully, YouTube will promote the live stream to more people, and more people that are interested in gameplay on this device will be able to see it. But so remember, Saturday, 7 p.m. Thai time will be when the short-term review of this comes out. And what I've decided to do is Sunday's video will be my Battle Royale video. So I'll spend Saturday making the Battle Royale video. And then next Wednesday will be the live stream for the Anio Pocket Vert. And then we'll do the short-term review for that on the coming Saturday. So that's the upcoming videos. I don't know how the Battle Royale is going to be going. I'll be mapping it out over the next day or two so I can create the script for it and work on it either Friday morning or Saturday morning. Ideally Friday morning, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so it's been a pleasure being here for you. I hope that this has answered some doubts you might have had of the 477V, giving you new insights into it, whether it's even, you know, the option for the chasing RGB that I'm a nerd for. Either way, I want to thank you for being here, fam. And until next time, this has been PNIC.